In the midst of building what I was building, I burnt out.
Right.
And it happened fast, and there was no warning signs.
Yeah.
It's just, I was go, 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 and then my body stopped working.
You're listening to the Not So Black and White Real Estate Podcast with your hosts, Sir Colin Campbell and Gary A. McGowan.
You're tuned into the Not So Black and White Real Estate Podcast. We're on site right now at For the Love of Real Estate Conference. It's booming, it's jamming. If you're not here, I don't know where you are. However, we're about to launch into another podcast. We have, I'm obviously here with my partner and friend, Gary A. McGowan. Now we're back in the hot seat. So now today we are kicking it off with Justin Jeffery. We were talking to one of the number one team leaders in Canada, and we were like, okay, we're looking for a few people to add to the podcast. They're like, Justin is your guy. So Justin, tell us why you're here.
That's really, really kind. So my name's Justin Jeffery. I have a team that's based out of Halton Hills in Ontario. We also service kind of Halton, Peel, and Toronto. We have some expansion team members in those areas. But I think we're here to talk a little bit about probably team building and how you can grow from a small team to a large team in a relatively quick period of time.
So quick question off the bat. How long have you been in business?
So I've been a realtor for 10 years.
Okay.
And I've been a team leader for, I'd say since 2018 is when we had a small team. It was just myself and one other agent. And then over the last 24 months, we've grown to 8 agents and 3 administrators and 2 in-house stagers.
Wow, that's impressive. So what has to happen, whether it's in your mind or your bank account, for you to go from a small team to a larger team?
Well, so you need, for one, you need the desire, because essentially what you transition from is a solo mindset or just worrying about you and another person to basically running an organization. Mm-hmm. You grow from a real estate agent to a business builder. And those are 2 very different jobs. And I feel like a lot of people get into this because they want to grow a team. And they don't realize what's actually involved. And, you have to be willing to put others before yourself. And sometimes, to your second point of that question, it comes at the expense of your bottom line. Because let's face it, growing a team, your margins get smaller. So you generally have to go on more of a volume-based model.
Beautiful.
So I got to jump in here because you said something that kind of, I don't want it to fly under the radar.
Okay.
Your team expanded exponentially over the last couple of years. And over the last couple of years, we've seen people hold on to their wallets tighter than ever, meaning less transactions, less business to be had, yet you were in a growth phase. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so we actually doubled our business year over year. And a part of that was agent count. And a part of that was just our team is like we go out there and we hustle. So we all work hard. And when other people were just kind of accepting that the market was bad, we were saying, no, we can't accept this. Let's go out and get it. And that's what we did. We were out there door knocking. We were open housing Saturday and Sunday, all of us. Meeting people. We were making sure that our marketing was buttoned down and that we were, in front of people. Because let's face it, when people stop spending, that's the opportunity to get, your unfair share.
Yeah, I like it. Unfair share. We talk about that a lot. Yet I don't think a lot of people grasp the understanding of that, right?
No.
And that's pretty cool. Okay, so what I want to know is what, it's easy to say, harder to do.
Yeah.
What was there something we can kind of peel that onion away to say? Yeah. What is attracting agents to join your team, and most. I'm going to guess, not just any agents. You were looking for something specific, yes?
Yes, yeah. So we generally gravitate towards more experienced agents. And I'd say the first and foremost is culture. So like our team operates as a family. There's no hierarchy. There's no ego. Like, leave your ego at the door.
This is real estate. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the hardest part, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And so I think because I've always run my business that way, I attracted like-minded people. And our business has grown really organically. Like, there were periods of time last year where I said, okay, I'm not going to grow anymore. And then a really great agent would say, hey, I'm actually thinking of joining a team. Can we talk? And, what my coach always says, Sean Provenche, is like, when talent's looking at you, you don't turn your head. Like, you make it work. And we did. And so I'd say team culture is the absolute number one. And second to that is, I think we offer a level of service to our agents that isn't often found in the industry. Like, we include a lot for our agents, and we want our agents to look as good as they possibly can in the marketplace and be competitive.
Speaking of looking good, people keep coming up and taking pictures of this man, and I like it.
They're taking pictures of you guys.
No. I like it.
So now, you mentioned you've had phenomenal growth over the last couple of years. And there's this saying, I wanted to pull it up so to make sure I say it right. Hard times create strong people create good times create weak people, and weak people create hard times. What were you doing during COVID that allowed you to scale your business so fast?
So during COVID, I literally locked myself in my office and I hammered phones all day, every day, out of absolute necessity. Like, we didn't know what was going to happen. I needed to make sure that, our administrators still had a paycheck. I needed to make sure that our team members still remained busy. So it just, I doubled down. That's all it takes is if you need to work 2 or 3 times harder, that's what you do.
I like it.
Interesting that you say, I'm sorry to cut you there, Gare. When I asked the first question, you said desire. And I keep coming back to that because Napoleon Hill's book, what is it called?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. The single word in there is desire.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that desire to build something massive, build something beyond yourself, we will never get there. So most people have the desire, however, but they rarely put in the work.
Yeah.
Where did that come from for you to say, this is not just a desire, I'm now not only responsible for myself and my household, I'm going to now bring 8 other people on, and I need to think about them and their kids.
Yeah. I think when I did the needs analysis with everybody that I interviewed, I realized that our visions aligned and that my vision was big enough to include their vision. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I took it as a huge compliment, and I knew I wouldn't let them down. Like, I knew that given the responsibility for these agents, I'd make it work. I'd find a way. And we did.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit. I want to go 2 ways here. One with the agents that you're attracting and the importance of supporting, but also as there's other potential team leaders and owners, and whether it's of a real estate team, business, or what have you, it's a lot of responsibility, right? I'd love for you to share with us, how you kind of protect perhaps your family life outside of real estate, maybe your mental health around that responsibility, because I often think we don't talk about that enough as entrepreneurs, right?
I agree.
So what are we doing? How are we doing that?
So I'm going to be fully transparent with you. And if you want to do another episode around the subject, I'd be so down, because I could talk about it for hours.
Beauty.
But in the midst of building what I was building, I burnt out.
Right.
And it happened fast, and there was no warning signs.
Yeah.
It's just, I was go, and then my body stopped working. It was bizarre. So, and you know what? I after that point, I was like, okay, I'm not eating right, I'm not sleeping right, and I stopped exercising. So since that happened, that's been a huge priority. So I work out 5 days a week. I take my AG1 and my vitamins, and make sure that if I'm gonna be on the road all day, that at least I have some good, foundational nutrition in me, and I make sure that I sleep enough, and then also relying on the team a little bit more.
Yeah.
What was really incredible is, because it's a team of really talented people, I told everybody what was going on. I said, hey guys, I burnt the candle on both ends. I need to take a little bit of a break. And it was amazing, the leadership within my team, how everyone stepped up to support me. So like, I'm here to be this, like, you know, this person that in my mind, you know, to protect them, to help them become as successful as they can be. And they were doing that for me at that time. So it's amazing when you attract like the right people, how, you know, everything just works out and we all take care of each other.
I often find as leaders, everyone's a leader, first of all, whether you're at home, in family life, outside of business, but we often forget how much of an impact the people that we're leaving can impact us.
Oh, yeah.
Both positively and negatively, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Love it.
It's interesting that and thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing that with us, because in this hustle culture that we're in, you know, we forget that sleep is important.
Yeah.
And if we're not getting the right hours of sleep, and I'm not saying it's 8 hours, I'm saying whatever it is for you, because some of us, we can function on 6 or 7, some 8, some need 10. I know my teenager son, he needs at
22.
Least, yeah, roughly. However, it's prioritizing that time for yourself, because without you, the business falls apart. So just talk a little bit more about that, because I'm sure it's hard to say, yes, I'm not scheduling appointments during these times. This is my workout time, or these are my thinking time. How are you doing that?
It's just, I know for a fact, as soon as 9 a.m. hits, my phone's going to explode. Before that, it's manageable. So I kind of set the expectation that I don't respond to too much unless it's an emergency before that time. I get up I'm not a 4 a.m. club guy. Like, it's just not in me. I can't do it. I won't be able to function. But I get up at 6 and, you know, I'll go for a quick 40-minute workout and eat my breakfast. And then, you know, I start my day from there. So it's, I think it just comes down to prioritizing and knowing when your busy times are and when your available times are, and just making sure that you don't skip it. It's just as important as your listing appointment.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. And we could go deep on a lot of this stuff, but we've only got limited amount of time today.
Yep.
And we're going to have to reschedule, or not reschedule, we'll have to put this on our schedule for a much deeper conversation. But love to have a few fun questions with you.
Sure, let's do it.
To kind of see the fun side of Justin. So I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions.
Oh God, I'm so bad at this.
No, I love it. We didn't even prep for this, and which is the best way to do it. So whatever first comes to mind, that's your answer. Is usually the best answer.
This is my worst nightmare. Let's go.
Okay, let's have a little fun with this. Little music to set the stage, eh? All right, a little rapid fire here. I got it. Okay, so start with something hopefully easy. Would you rather be talking on the phone or texting with somebody?
Talking.
There you go. Your favorite season? There's only 4 to choose from, so.
Summer.
I love it. Okay, a little more serious. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No. They're
Okay.
delicious.
Excellent. Going the other way, first celebrity crush?
Oh, Margot Robbie.
She
She wasn't the first, but she's who comes to mind.
Okay.
We'll take it. I said, okay. Favorite junk food?
Chips.
Chips. Speaking of chips, is double dipping at a party ever
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
You didn't even finish.
I just lost my headphones and everything. I love it. So it's unacceptable. Okay. I might go to a party with you then.
You can't use the other end if that was the other part of the question.
Keeping it family friendly here. Okay, I love this question. And maybe we'll end with this one. Name one of the 7 dwarfs. Sleepy. There it is, my friends.
And just like clockwork.
Yeah. The number one answer by about 99% is sleepy.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah.
And I'll say it every time. We never read into that. Actually, sometimes we get, what's the other one? Droopy?
Or
Is that-
dopey?
Grumpy?
Grumpy is one, but it's sleepy is the number one answer. My friend, this was...
You're listening to the Not So Black.
Yeah, we were listening to it. We're still listening to it. Here we are. That's the button I'm looking for. I love that, when I asked Julie, as we talked about right off the top here, who do we need to talk to without skipping a beat, she mentioned you.
That's so nice.
I love this because this is what's really cool about podcasts. And as you know, is you get to meet new people, get to interview people, and you kind of skip, hey, how are you, to
let's know about you.
Let's go right to the meat.
Right?
Let's go to your most vulnerable parts.
Yes. But it's so cool, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you more and getting to know you better and following your journey in this real estate game. You've certainly are doing something amazing, and I wish you continued huge success around protecting what matters most to you and building other businesses. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to come on.
Yeah.
It was great seeing you again, Colin.
Absolutely. Next Tony event, we'll connect again.
There you
For sure.
go. Okay.
Definitely.
So in wrapping up, I always ask is, how can people get a hold of you?
You can, I think it's
Socials or
Jeffrey
anything?
Group Real Estate, Instagram. You can reach me on my cell, 416-464-4920, anytime. Happy to help anybody if you have questions about the business. I'm an open book, so call me if you need me.
Excellent. So for Justin Jeffery, that's Colin Campbell. I'm Gary McGowan. We'll see everybody in the next episode. Goodbye for now.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to click the subscribe button so new episodes will automatically be downloaded to your device. Please help us reach more people by leaving a rating and a review on your podcast player of choice. Now go make it an amazing day for somebody.